Here back with another episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros, and today we're going to talk about the breaking news that came out with Aaron Rodgers signing a 4-year, $200 million contract to stay with Green Bay.
Give that man his money.
Give that man his money.
Finally got it.
Well, I mean, it was weird. It's like at the end of the season, not at the end of the season, but a month or two ago, their GM at Green Bay did come out and say that, you know, for him, trading wasn't even on the table, or letting Rodgers do whatever he wanted to do was not on the table. Like he said, Rodgers is staying in Green Bay.
So he was willing to make it or do whatever.
Yeah, to do whatever, which ended up paying $50 million a year. But it's weird. Like, I mean, we were talking about the group chat as of like now. About yesterday at this time, there was reports that he was talking to the Pittsburgh organization. Aaron Rodgers was, and then today he signs this massive contract. The thing that gets me about this is, in my opinion, Rodgers he's worked the Green Bay Packers because for 3 years now he's talked about how they suck, poor management, poor coaching, poor leadership. They don't give them assets to win games. They don't do anything to help them out. And then he goes and signs a contract to stay with them. Like now I'm at the point with him like, if I see your ass on the TV complaining about the organization after this, no one needs to listen to him now.
So
he won this whole battle, the whole war, but it's just like why? I get $50 million is a lot of money a year, but like at this point in time, he just showed that money speaks more than him winning.
I think that's the thing. I think that this was the tale of Aaron Rodgers deciding money is more important to me than the championship.
Yeah.
Well, and can he get one in Green Bay? Maybe. I mean, they have won a lot of games the last couple of years, but just failed to get out of their first game of the playoffs. And so, I mean,
it was back-to-back MVPs for him?
Back-to-back MVPs, yeah. I mean,
now he set up records with the highest paid player in NFL history.
And I mean, he kind of gets a little bit of revenge too, because it looks really stupid by Green Bay to go get this man $50 million. When you just drafted another quarterback, you moved up to pick another quarterback just 3 years ago.
6 in the first round?
No, it was like 10 or 11, maybe 12.
But to get talking about Jordan Love, right? To get Jordan Love.
Yeah, right? I mean, Jordan Love's going to be 28 when he finally debuts.
Yeah.
They'll trade him.
They will trade him. I think
they're going to have to now.
Well, I say in this scenario,
with Jordan Love being top 20, he's also guaranteed a higher rookie contract than most of the other rookies out there. So I mean, now you talk about the cap space.
Well, being a first round draft pick, he has a club option. So
so not only that, but now I think personally, Aaron Rodgers probably walked into this meeting and the board pretty much probably said, here's the checkbook. You write down the number. If we can make it work, we'll make it work. He writes down 200. They're like, yep, we can make that happen. There you go. Everybody agreed, signed off on it. But now you have put yourself in the situation of, just like you're saying, of he's complained about not having assets. You have handicapped the team now, again, by taking this $50 million contract. Instead of taking less pay and allowing your team to go out and get you the assets that you want, you've now handicapped them by...
It's the same thing you see like in MLB with like Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. They want to win games and win World Series and all that, but then they go and say, hey, you better give me all the available money, but then I'm going to bitch about we can't go and get other All-Stars. Like, Aaron Rodgers, I think he just shot himself in the foot multiple times.
But now, how do you pay Devontae Adams?
They tagged him.
They
did franchise tag him?
Yeah, they franchise tagged him.
Well, that's the smartest move that they've made so far.
Yeah.
So, you keep that weapon together. But now, how you got to go out and figure out how do you fit in a good number 2 receiver. You're looking at still probably running back by committee with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, yeah. So you got to figure out some pieces.
Are you going to go and sign defensive threats now that
take money? I think they're done with it. I mean,
so I looked at a mock draft earlier today, and they talked about taking the Wyatt kid out of Georgia, the defensive tackle.
Devontae Wyatt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do they need help on the inside? Probably. Or do you go back to the same situation of where Aaron Rodgers is playing about not having offensive weapons? So, you they have to play this back and forth game now of you went out in the offseason, gave this big contract, now what do you draft? And where do you draft?
I'll bet you money that they draft an offensive skill player in the first round. I'm willing to bet that was part of Aaron Rodgers' thing was you're going to draft somebody that's going to help me on offense if you want me to.
Either needs to be a receiver or a running back.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they don't need running back. I think A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones can be the combo that they need.
Yeah.
It's got to be a wide receiver or an extremely valuable tight end. I mean, somebody that's a Mark Andrews.
Is there one coming out this year?
I haven't
I don't think there's a good tight end like that this year.
It's got to be a receiver.
But like I said in our group chat earlier, that Aaron Rodgers to me is the person that's in an abusive relationship that's always crying about getting beat up and emotionally distraught, but then immediately goes back to the same person and is like, but they love me. And it's like Aaron Rodgers just cried foul for 2 years and just went running right back into their arms. And like if the reports come out that were true that he was talking to Pittsburgh, they probably got shut down when he was like, I want $50 million a year. Pittsburgh was like, yeah, good luck, buddy, with that. And like,
Yeah.
there's no way the Steelers organization can go to fork out that money for him.
Aaron was already going to be an almost $42 million cap hit anyways, so it's really not that huge a difference in money when it comes to your cap hit. It's just how they've restructured his deal so that he can have this style of deal and be the first $50 million guy.
No, 40 years is also a long time for his age.
That's
I
my
think.
thing, right? He's
42
42. Like, don't get me wrong. I know we just saw Tom Brady play to 44. Yeah. So
Tom Brady also didn't get nearly as beat up.
hell no. I mean,
I feel like Tom Brady took a little bit better care of his body
than
than
Aaron Rodgers has. Yeah.
He also just, I don't think he also had a lot better protection than him.
And this is
so he wasn't getting sacked as much. But it's just, I mean, hell, the end of this season, Rodgers said he told reporters that retirement was not off the table.
Yeah.
And you go and just sign this guy for 4
4
years.
more years.
And you probably, if they announced what the guaranteed money on it was,
150.
yeah, so he just guaranteed himself 75% of that paycheck, no matter what. So Green Bay could literally look at one of these teams in the first round that's trying to draft a quarterback, like, hey, we'll give you Jordan Love if you just give us your pick, and we'll throw a little extra to sweeten the deal.
Yeah.
And they could easily do that. And then now all of a sudden you've got somebody that's been in the NFL for 2 years, working the system on the sidelines and everything. He's not as fresh as somebody straight out of college that you really aren't sure about. I mean, granted, I'm not even really sure about Jordan Love. I remember when they moved up to grab his ass, we all were just like, who?
Yeah.
Like, it made no sense. I mean, Green Bay's got something to figure out. It's going to be fun to watch it and see how they navigate these waters.
I could see them really trading Jordan Love to move up in the first round to get.
I can see that happening draft day
to get the receiver they want, or to get in position to get a receiver they want, because they can still have their pick at 28, 27, whatever it is.
Yep.
And then trade him for a first round pick and get up there, because I mean he was a first round quarterback.
So I'm just out of curiosity, how do y'all feel? Do you think Green Bay won this deal, or do you think Aaron Rodgers personally won this deal? I mean, who is this better for?
I think it's 150% Aaron Rodgers, because he's now sitting in his house drinking some bottle of whatever that's way too damn expensive, laughing, and Green Bay's now at the front office going, what the fuck are we going to do? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's completely two different mindsets for these people.
Yeah.
He completely won. He has no more stress. He is set for life. And then they're over there trying to figure out how they're going to keep him happy and be able to afford to pay for everybody's lunch.
Exactly.
He's a Scotch guy, by the way.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's magic.
I'm sure you can find $150 million bottle of Scotch.
Yeah.
He's got a bottle of Pappy.
Yeah, he
probably
go up
does.
there.
He probably does.
So, but yeah, I agree.
I think it's Aaron all day.
I think Aaron definitely won this deal.
I mean, I'd give him 153 million reasons to say that
It's
Aaron Rodgers won that deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I don't know what I would have done if I was in Green Bay scenario, but
like I said,
to turn around and give Aaron $200 million,
They have to have
is not what I would have done.
I mean,
but they have to have some sort of plan in place to be able to go out and do that, other than to just keep their quarterback. There's got to be something they have in line to continue to move
This
forward
is
with
the same team that's drafted like 4 straight DBs in the first round.
I understand that, but
That's what I'm honestly worried about, is that the Green Bay organization has not changed. They've signed him to a contract now that he really cannot go and complain about or bitch about or request trades. Like, they're done with dealing with him now.
Yeah.
But
So they're just going to sit there, and I think they're just going to ride it out. I think Green Bay's going to ride it out.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know in the comments what you think, whether you think Aaron Rodgers or Green Bay pretty much won this trade. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.